Yo, what's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. That's right, we're back on a Tuesday night. Logan and myself here for another Gym Leader Challenge versus. Logan, what's up, man?
Not much, B. Just excited for another week, another awesome Gym Leader Challenge match against you, my friend. And me and you were just talking off stream. Excited to get the registration done for Atlanta for the regionals that takes place tomorrow. So looking to grab ourselves a couple of spectator passes so that we can GLC it up all weekend long with good friends and good competition.
Oh, yeah. So definitely, yeah. So if you're looking to go to Atlanta Regionals, again, that's coming up April 11th, 12th, and 13th. But registration, again, open tomorrow. I think it's 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know exactly when that is, or one or the other. But check it out. Be looking out. I know that those standard big ticket spots fill pretty fast, but I know that spectators passes for all of us GLC lovers will be, available all throughout the week. And I'm planning on being there all 3 days, Logan, playing GLC. You there for the GLC? You're going to try your hand at some standard.
No, definitely not. After hearing at San Antonio that there were 3 days of GLC events, I was like, "Yeah, cash me out for standard. I'm playing Gym Leader Challenge all 3 days. Heck yeah!"
Oh, yeah.
So
And
I tried it Knoxville last year, but I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you. Even if there wasn't 3 days of GLC, I would run something. We would run something as a community.
Yeah.
We'd find a way to have a GLC event. So again, be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about Atlanta Regionals. I'm really getting pumped. I know that like the weekend before is the Full Grip Games 1K, and I wish I could go, but we've already talked about how I think it'd be pretty irresponsible to go for me, even though it'd be kind of like a dream to get to go. So I'll be cheering people on. Fortunately, they'll have it streaming, I'm sure. Did you catch the Thursday stream, by the way?
Yeah, I did. I watched. I had to run out to the store for just a little bit, so I had to pause. But thankfully, now that Mahone is streaming dual on YouTube and on Twitch, kind of like we're doing, it allowed me to pause the action and run out to the store. Got back, put it on the big screen, and watched all the way through to the end. I found some of their matches very interesting, and I think that the meta there is very unique. Definitely a lot of cool heads going on there at Full Grip.
Oh, yeah. I love seeing the decks that win and all that stuff. I didn't get to catch a whole bunch of it, but I did get to catch kind of on the backswing all the Kofu hate. Why are people hating on Kofu, Logan? Why are we hating on Kofu? I just love Kofu so much.
Every time Mahone disses that card, I think about you. I'm like, oh man, Base cries out. Pour one out for Base tonight.
That's fine. I love that people can have different opinions on different cards, and we can all just be like, that's fine. So if you think Kofu's bad, that's fine. The only thing I'll say is, what do you say? Hop was a better card? Like just the straight draw 3 hop?
Yeah, he did.
I know that was just kind of like a troll, but come on. Kofu's so good. So good. I know there's a ton of people, too, at Full Grip Games that are playing Kofu that love it, too. They're big GLC heads. So, like, I know it's probably a talking point at their locals. So it's kind of fun to kind of get.
Favorite pop, nonetheless, Lightning. They're like, you have to have it in Lightning, Andrew, or else it's not optimal.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what?
I also just love that he had, Ben Peacock on stream the other day, who's a big spread head, and they were talking about his hate of spread, how he thinks the spread's so easy to play around, and Ben was like, I mean, it's good. And then everyone else is like, we keep winning at Full Grip Games. I mean, like, they've seen a lot of spreadless wins, so there's that. But I love where GLC is at in the moment. I love where, the community at large is, and I love where the game is for the most part. So we get to get into some cool games tonight. Let's get into it, Logan, because I'm just going to get to playing, because I had to miss my locals for the first time since I want to say I started it. We've been doing this for 2 years now. First is like a grassroots kind of vibe, and now it's officially a store run event. So I had to miss it for the first time this Wednesday because I was feeling a little under the weather. So I missed my GLC last week. So now we get to get into GLC, and I get to play the super sick list. So I'm going to be playing Psychic Dragapult tonight. My first ever event that I did well at. I drove an hour down to Augusta. I went 4-1 with a Psychic Dragapult list. I love this list. It's got big place in my heart. My only loss on the day was a Donk Tauros from Colorless way back when. So I'm excited to kind of give it a ride tonight. Really, really love this deck. This is Icy Briar's list. I know her as Ellie on Twitter. We covered this list in the podcast, and I said, I gotta play it. So we're going to play it tonight. So this deck is kind of the highlight, and the headliners are our 2 stage 2s. Dragapult here is a 150 HP stage 2, which you think is not a great stat, and that's not a great stat line, to be honest. It's got free retreat, which is nice, and then it's got Phantom Force that for 2 psychic energy does 120 to the active, and then you can put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way that you like. Now, again, decent Pokemon, but the real kicker here is the Infiltrator ability. Basically, if your opponent attacks into it, flip a coins, and you can negate that if you get ahead. So this card can be a menace if you can get it into play fast enough. And then, of course, 120 and spread in 3. It's effectively 150 to your opponent's board. Can be pretty good. So Dragapult, just one of my favorite Pokemon. And this is why I'm calling this deck the best dragon deck in Gym Leader Challenge, is this card right here. Look, there's a playable Dragapult. The other stage 2, we see it in every psychic deck just about. Buddy Catch Gallade, Swirling Slice is its attack. 1 psychic energy, 2 colorless, it does 160, and you get to shoot an energy back. But of course, you're playing it for its Buddy Catch ability. Look through your deck, grab a supporter, and put it into your hand. It's great, and of course, it's just the best roll compressed Pokemon in the game. Of course, I say the best, but of course, there's always Inteleon. This is probably maybe second best then, now that I think about it. But Kirlia has a refinement ability, discard 1, draw 2. Having this on a stage 1 into your stage 2 Gallade, it's just really strong. Let's hope we don't prize those. Let me go ahead and say that. We're missing Marshadow a lot these days, so we really need to rely on Gallade and Kirlia. Now, the rest of our engine is Malamar, which is basically a Dynamotor. Psychic Recharge is grab a psychic energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. And Xatu is kind of the same, but it's from your hand instead of your discard pile. And when you do that, you get to draw 2 cards. So this is kind of like, a concession to the fact that we need to draw a little bit more. And so our bench might be a little bit more full these days as a psychic deck, but we've got some pretty good Pokemon. Xatu is one of them. To kind of round out where the deck is at, we got some pretty good basics. Obviously, Bench Barrier Mew, never leave home without it. You always need a bench barrier, in my opinion. You can get away with it sometimes, but I'm a big fan of playing this card. And this card's really good as well. 1 colorless energy, you can do Psi Power, put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon as you like. We might be using this to mop up some of Logan's Pokemon today, especially after a Dragapult or this Pokemon's attack. We got Galarian Articuno, who's got kind of that Galarian bird ability where when you play it from your hand to the bench, you can just attach 2 psychic energy from your hand. Then it's a snipe attack to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Does 120, but we do have to discard all the psychic Pokemon, or psychic energy, I should say, for its Psy Laser attack. So this will be a cool way to kind of go after Logan's support. Wobbuffet shutting off all non-psychic abilities, just really strong. Psychic Assault is a decent attack as well. And then, of course, Mimikyu, the copycat Mimikyu, just so busted. We're hoping to maybe copy some of Logan's attacks tonight, maybe with a counter energy or 1 attachment here or there. Really good rate for its attack. 2 really good cards from this list from Icy Briar. We're going to try to get the most out of cards like Tulip and Clara and, of course, Scoop Up Net. So we got Unknown here, which we can just put into our discard pile from our bench to draw a card. It makes Tulip into basically a draw card, which is really cool. And then Oricorio here, we can play it from our hand to the bench. And when we do that, we can go search for 2 basic energy cards, basically Professor's Letter off of like a Quick Ball or something like that, which should pair really well with our Galarian Articuno. Of course, it turns Tulip into more energy search if you need to, or Clara into more energy search. Scoop Up Net in the same vein, so that's kind of nifty there. And then, of course, this is the first deck I've played in a while where we just get to play Lieutenant Surge's strategy for value. We're not looking for any busted combos. We just got Gallade. Pull this up. Maybe Lieutenant Surge into Teammates, or Lieutenant Surge into Raihan or one of our recovery spells, and just kind of get some great value out of playing multiple supporters. And that's what this deck is at. We're kind of like a psychic good stuff deck with just a lot of different, kind of nifty tricks here and there. And we'll see how this deck plays today. I'm really excited for it. I think it's a brain scratcher, but in like a good way.
So all the different game actions that you will be able to take with all those Pokemon and the abilities. It's definitely a very cool deck, very cool concept. And I know you and I both love Dragapult. It was probably, as early as we started playing Gym Leader Challenge, like you said, that was definitely my first psychic build as well. Um, so it definitely has a close place in our hearts. Dragapult, funnily enough, that's definitely my favorite Sword and Shield Pokemon, and it's not even close. I love the design. I love the Pokemon. Loved it in the video game. So we're big Dragapult fans over here on this channel.
Yeah, it's weird to
Um,
see that it got kind of power crept out, but like,
yeah,
did it actually get power crept out? Because I feel like Psychic's been in this weird place for a while where we're like, is Tinkaton the answer? Is even people now are just going like Monkey Dory builds and stuff like that? So like, what the
a lot
Psychic
of
good
Monkey Dory
stuff?
running around.
Yeah, a lot of monkey. But like what the Psychic Good Stuff deck has looked like is just kind of like all up in the air. And it's kind of like, what's your flavor of Psychic Good Stuff looking like? And I think Icy Briar, she went 3-0 at San Antonio's, showing that like Dragapult plus a Luxurious Cape is still just as good as some of these other options that you have. So, I mean, Psychic busted, all I'm going to say.
All right, now over to my brew of the week. So I took some inspiration from a very well known, player in the community. I actually saw a tweet from one of our good buddies, Peche, that he had won a Cardboard Warriors tournament with this metal deck, and it had gotten him his first badge in quite some time. And I spoke to him this week, and it's definitely not his deck per se. He picked it up and won a badge with it. So that speaks to how strong the deck kind of is and how strong the player is. But this is Echo Blubber, aka Rogers' deck. Beish, you guys see Beish play many Twin Leaf tournaments and tournaments on stream, and Roger, I would say, is one of his nemesis, as they have often really good games against one another. This is Roger's Turbo Metal deck, featuring some of the heavy hitters that Metal has to offer, with very little of the liability Pokemon that Metal sets up and usually doesn't take advantage of. So what we're looking at in this list, 4 powerful basic attackers, and we'll start off with the newest of the cards. This is the Iron Crown from Surging Sparks. With its deleting slash attack for 1 metal and a colorless, it does 40 damage. Plus, if your opponent has 3 or more benched Pokemon, this does 80 more damage. So for 2 energy, we can get up to 120 damage as long as Beish has 3 or more benched Pokemon in play. His deck is an evolution deck, so we should be able to take advantage of that pretty nicely. Then we actually play, so we got the future version of Cobalion. We are actually playing good old faithful Cobalion itself, with its 1 metal quick guard, prevent all damage done from basic Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Pokemon can't use quick guard during the next turn. And then Revenge Blast, 30 plus 30 more damage for each prize card that your opponent has taken. So this can get up to 150 damage. At the end of the game, this guy is just a really good closer. Come out for the 2 energy, and you'll see that plays into some of the support, one of the support Pokemon that the deck does play. And then 2 other of the big hitters that Metal has to offer. The Heatran. Heatran with its Guard Claw attack is 30 plus during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. That's not why we play the card. We play the card for its Iron Hammer attack. Iron Hammer for 2 metal energy and 1 colorless does 80 damage, plus 80 more damage if this Pokemon has any fire energy attached to it. The deck plays 3 fire energies and a prism energy as well, so we definitely have the ability to get Iron Hammer online very quickly. And then Zamazenta, another really powerful attacker in metal. With its Retaliate attack, we can get up to 220 damage for 2 metal and a colorless, as well as its utility ability in Metal Shield. If this Pokemon has any energy attached to it, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. So effectively 160 HP on this loyal doggo. Support Pokemon, pretty thin in terms of what this deck plays. So we do have the Jirachi with Stellar Wish. Look at the top. Once during your turn, If this card is in the active, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal a trainer card that you find there, and put it into your hand. Shuffle all the other cards back into your deck. This Pokemon is now asleep. We try to pair that with one of our powerful tools that you'll see in just a moment. The deck plays a lot of tools to be able to move this Jirachi out of the active if we end up needing to use Stellar Wish in a turn. And then Metal Link's Bronzong. Once during your turn, you may move a Metal Energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. Essentially, this is my Malamar. Same HP, same attack cost, same attack damage, if I'm correct. So, Psychic Sphere does 60, Hammer In also does 60. So, we won't be using those Pokemon for their attacks, but their utility abilities, definitely why we play them. This deck is a turbo tool deck. So, the deck plays a lot of tools, and not really the ones that you would necessarily expect Metal to play. Metal has access to a lot of powerful tank and heal tools, but this deck just kind of makes advantage of some of the lower to the ground ones and some of the ones that are going to boost these basic damages. And because of all the tools we're playing, we are playing the item card Adventure Bag. We have Technical Machine Turbo Energize so that we can turbo 2 basic energies from onto our bench Pokemon in any way that we like for 1 colorless energy. We do play the Escape board, which pairs perfectly with that Jirachi, so that the retreat cost of the Pokemon is 1 less, and it can retreat even if it's asleep or paralyzed. So Jirachi will be asleep, we won't care. Floatstone is one of the best retreat tools in the game, making the retreat cost of the Pokemon 0. And then some of our booster tools, the HP boosting tools, we've got Cape of Toughness, which will boost the basic Pokemon HP by 50. And then Fighting Fury Belt, which is going to boost our basic Pokemon's HP by 40 and the attack by 10. So that one's a little relevant with the 120 number that we have so that we can hit 130 on some specific Pokemon if we need to. And also Muscle Band for just another damage supplement. The attack gets 20 more damage. Some of the cool cards that also make the deck turbo and then continue to stay in the game. We've got Metal Saucer for the recovery of a metal energy onto one of your bench Pokemon from the discard pile. We are playing Crispin since we're playing metal and fire energy so that we can search out those 2 different energy types. We get to attach one of them, put the other one into our hand. Raihan so that we can accelerate the energy from the discard pile and then of course search out any card that we like. And Mela finally so that we can accelerate the fire energy from the discard pile. If one of our Pokemon were knocked out during the last turn, that's Raihan and Mela both. We can accelerate that fire energy and fill our hand up to 6. With no Revavroom in play or anything like that, being able to keep your draw supporters and keep cycling draw supporters is definitely one key to the deck.
Yeah, we'll have to see this deck in action. You mentioned, a couple of the games that Akko Blubber and I've had back and forth, and usually I'm playing some spread decks into them, and that deck doesn't have to bench very much. I think we saw all its Pokemon there, and basically one line on your screen. There's like 4 or 5 basics plus 2 support Pokemon, so it's a really hard ask for a spread deck to do well into a deck like that. I think like the one time I maybe beat Roger playing that deck, I was playing like a Lost Zone variant. I was playing Renegade, I think. But Roger smoked me with that deck. And it's just like it comes out of nowhere. Like Crispin is looking really good. What else is really good? We got the Raihan, the Mela, the Saucer. You've got the Bronzong. So it can chain attackers. If I stall it out, I think that's going to be the game plan. If we stall it out, we'll be in a good spot. Sammy's got a question for you, Logan. Are you using the Evolutionary Advantage Bronzor or are you using the 70 HP one? I think Roger's list was using 60, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
60 HP
well,
one.
Rogers might have been, but like I said, I actually took the list from Peche because of the win for his badge, and it does have the new 70 HP Bronzong in it. But we are not playing the Evolutionary Advantage one in this list tonight.
Okay.
I took it out for this one, and I thought about the decision, but it's one of those things where I want to play the list that I found just like normal. So nope, not tonight.
I respect that. The other thing was it's not only Peche that's won with that deck. Plopel,
yes.
Alex Carpenter at Full Grit Games also won a badge with that deck, and it's a deck I've strongly considered playing. Turbo's not really my style, but I respect Akko Blubber so much, and I love that list that I would consider it. Like, the 3 decks that I really associate with Roger are the Turbo Garbodor decks, the Turbo Jet deck, which is a bonkers, really quick water deck if you're looking for something like that. And then this Turbo Metal deck are kind of just like three really quick decks. And Echo Blubber is a pro with that. So check out those decks. Check out those decks.
Yeah, and like we were talking about, we talk about Roger a lot. I know between the podcast and then, like I said, you see him a lot on stream. I felt like it was definitely worth playing, one of his decks. Time to give him some honor, give him a shout out.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have a lot of time to play these days, at least like on webcam and stuff like that. But I think once we get a sim back and a little bit more consistent, we'll see him. I remember playing him all the day when I was playing PTCGO. It was like him and Mickey and Sir Marcus were like the three that I was always playing on PTCGO. So, all right, Logan, let's get into game one though. Heads or tails? What you feeling?
Heads.
Tails it is. Oh, I feel like we finally won a die roll. I feel like it's been a while since that's happened on this stream. We're going to go second. And I got a starter, and I would normally be really excited about this starter. And I think I still have to start it. And our hand's actually really good, but I'm going to go ahead and throw that down.
Sick as well.
This is the point where, like, I love the badge system. I think I probably keep saying this, but, like, I keep finding cool decks and types that I've already won with, and I'm like, I want to play this, but I don't also want to blank a badge. So, two more badges, and I'm free, chat. 2 more badges, and I can play what I want to again. All right, I'm starting Wobbuffet.
All right, I've got Bronzor and draw per turn. All right, good deal. So, we're going to start the game with a nifty professor's letter. We're going to do our Asian Logan Peter prize check.
We're cheaters, guys. We're cheaters. I'm looking at my hand, and I'm wondering how aggressive I can and should be.
Professor's letter, we are going to get basic metal, basic fire. And then it's interesting. I think the sequencing here is we're going to use these draw cards that we have with all the basic Pokemon in our deck so that we have higher odds. We've got Quick Ball in my hand and I have Artisan. But just like in Standard in a way, I don't want to thin those Pokemon out just yet because I want as many as I can get of my, start here. We want Heatran, I think we want Iron Crown, and maybe even Jirachi to kind of get us rolling. To have the fire energy in hand. Iron Crown's also a very efficient attacker, so he's probably we can attach to Iron Crown, be a good play for us. All right, so we're going to start with Acrobot. The top 2 cards of our deck, put one of them in our hand and the other one discard. We will this one and discard Prism Energy. 2 energy cards in our hand already, one of them being a fire, so if we want to go that route, we can. Also considering quick balling away one of those for just many reasons here. Trekking Shoes will be the next. All right, and we do hit a basic. Not exactly the one that we want, but I think one that we'll take. I'm not going to discard that. We're going to take that to hand, get a Zamazenta, bench the Zamazenta. Then we are going to go ahead and start with the bench work. We're going to quick ball away Fire Energy. Like I said, I think the Pokemon that we want to start powering up is this Iron Crown. Definitely efficient in this matchup. Going to be able to do some work for us. We have the energy in hand for the drop for the turn. So that feels perfect. if we give up the Bronzor, that doesn't feel great necessarily, but we do have ways to recover it, and we have a multitude of ways to stream attacks as well. I could attach retreat, but then I don't have a guaranteed attack lined up for next turn. And with my hand right now, I don't have a guaranteed out to Bronzong either. So I think that it's okay to just leave the Bronzor up there, see where our turn will go from here on next. I'm not going to put the Artisan into play. I'm going to make base show me. I don't have any Pokemon that I need to worry about evolving. Bronzor being the only one that does evolve in this deck. So I'm just going to attach to Iron Crown and pass the turn from there, V.
Yo, hey, what's up, Z-Man? All right, so I have turn 1 Articuno if everything is in my deck. It's just like, how aggressive do I want to be? And really the only thing that Articuno can take out currently is Bronzor. Oh, there goes my camera. See how that goes. This is me with my new capture card. There we go. We back. Trying new things out. But let's draw and see what that gets us. That's kind of funny too. That's a Dimension Valley, but I don't really want to play that this sooner either. I really wish you'd played Artisan down. Artisan makes things so much easier. So regardless, I am going to start with a Fog Crystal here. So Fog Crystal, let us search our deck. Just going to get a vibe on what we've got going on. And if I can't get into the Articuno this turn, which it looks like it's prize, let's do our cheater prize check, chat.
And I may have, and honestly, the way that I should play this probably is I should have probably given you the Artisan.
If you give me the Artisan, I'm very happy. But it turns out that the Galarian Articuno is prized anyway. So you know what? I think that our deck has made the responsible choice for us, which is hilarious. So let's go and get some things. This is probably just going to get me some setup Pokemon. And so I am going to get Buddy Poffin if it's my deck off this Arven in my hand. So off of this, I am going to grab another Pokemon. Do I want to go ahead and grab 2 energy off of this Oricorio? I don't think so. I know we're going to end up with Routes. I know we're going to end up with Inkay. And I think I'd love to end up with a Dreepy as well. Although to be fair, I think let's go ahead and set up Natu in the early game over our Malamar. That extra draw might matter while we have all this energy in our deck still. So we're going to go ahead and just grab Natu off of the Fog Crystal. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. We'll go ahead and bench Natu from here. I will play Arven. Arven is going to get us. And I forgot to mention, we're playing TM Evolution. So, like, this is actually just kind of like a busted turn. Although, if I might have just seen it prize and just gotten sad about that. Yeah, it prized. So I think we'll just grab Floatstone here in the Buddy Poffin. Play our Buddy Poffin. Go grab our 2 friends here. I do want to go ahead and put a Floatstone here on Wobbuffet. And then I do think I want to go Mimikyu Energy, just in case you're able to deal with anything. Although, what's Iron thing? Do I have to have 3 or more bench Pokemon?
I have to have 3 or more bench, and so do you, correct.
Alright, so do I. So maybe not benching the Mimikyu is okay. Let's just go ahead and put an energy on Dreepy then. We'll leave Mimikyu.
Not benching the Mimikyu and benching the Mimikyu does no difference right now. Because you have 3. You have 3 or more. Yeah.
I forget that. Yeah, I was playing against Count Sligo the other day, and I was like, okay, so 3 or more doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go ahead and just energy on Mimikyu then, and then we'll pass with ability lockup.
We'll draw for turn. Top deck of Jirachi. Don't know if you want to put that in play. Probably the answer is always yes. Even though the Mimikyu is down, I think it's definitely still correct to go ahead and bench that. And then, let's see, he's got Dreepy, Inkay, and Natu down. I do have a parallel sequence. Oh, okay. Grab it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the Inkay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The routes. Sorry for people. The Inkay should have been a routes.
So if he has to ditch a Pokemon off of a parallel city, then he probably just ditches the Mimikyu. But then he doesn't have a great response to my Crown if I'm able to find a retreat in energy. I do have Marnie for turn, so that's definitely going to be the play. I don't think that we commit this Muscle Band because we don't need it to take out any Abacious Pokemon right now with the Iron Crown if we're able to get into that attack this turn. Really, the only decision is, do we put the Parallel City into play? Think that we probably hold off. I think we probably hold off for now. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and play our Marnie.
Marnie was our play for turn 2.
Now you get to see the same amount of cards minus your top deck that you would have saw.
All right, reasonable 4.
We get close, but not. Don't draw into the energy. We do have the Adventure Bag to be able to retreat this Bronzor. I think that we probably should commit to that regardless of play. And then we drew a bunch of supporters. So Bronzong in hand, I think we definitely are going to go ahead and Adventure Bag so that we can protect our Bronzor now that we have that out to Bronzong. What we probably will do is nifty little play here.
Ooh, is it retreat into Turbo Energize? Because that sounds busted.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely is the play.
This deck is sweet. Kudos to Roger. Again, I know Roger's been working on it a while, so I'm going to give shout outs to kudos to Roger, kudos to Peche, kudos to Plopel, kudos to all the people who've won and done well with it.
Retreat into Bronzor. Go ahead and evolve into Bronzong. And then we will Technical Machine Turbo Energize. We will energize 2 metal onto our Zamazenta.
All right. Let's draw here. Our hand looking really good right now. So I've got Evolution Incense. That was our top deck. So that's going to grab us a Kirlia here. Let's go ahead and evolve our routes into Kirlia. In hand, I also just have Dracloak. And then I have Oricorio as well. So do I finish my last bench spot here with Oricorio? Maybe, because I want to discard one of these energy to have in the discard pile anyway. Actually, I think I might save it. And I think I might... I don't have a good attack in this turn regardless. Yeah. Is there any reason? I don't think so. Let's just ditch Boss to Kirlia. Let's draw 2. Okay. A little bit rewarded here. Let's go ahead and Oricorio for 2 Psychic Energies. 1, 2. I am going to end up going back in my deck here. We found Mysterious Treasure, so we get to kind of pop off here. Here's Mysterious Treasure, discard an energy. Let's go and find ourselves our evolution, our Zatu. So we've assembled the engine. I still got one more energy in hand, too. Zatu to the bench. Yeah, to one of your bench Pokemon. Oop, dropped a card. Oh, I love Psychic, Logan. Just think of all these abilities I get to do.
Yeah,
How many game actions? I'm sorry for how many game actions I'm taking.
we talked about that prior to. That's one of the fun parts of Socket. Fun to watch.
All right, let's go ahead and use Zatu's Clairvoyant Sense. Attach an energy to the cloak and draw 2 cards. From here, I got in hand. I kind of wish I'd save that boss now. I got in hand. I think I just want more cards. So I think we'll just rip. How many cards in hand do you have?
3.
3. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I think I'll just, honestly, pass with ability lockup.
Gonna regret it. What do I go after, chat? All
It doesn't.
right.
I don't think it matters what you go after. I'm pretty good.
Sure, for sure. Okay, so I think what we will do, and I mean it's not. I think we wanted you to go up and swing in. I don't know what I'm going through my head right now. We can't get this Iron Crown out of the active at this moment, but can get it out shortly, which is exactly kind of what we want to do. So, for turn, let's play Arvin.
Okay.
Arvin will find us a tool card and a item card.
Ooh, how many? Is it running another retreat tool? I guess besides a skateboard.
Got escape rope.
Ah, okay. Escape rope is definitely the card I liked to see over like a boss or a Guzma here, because I'm like 100% good just giving away this Oricorio.
Yeah, and we have boss in hand, but I just don't think there was any way for us to utilize it. No way to shift into our Bronzong to retrieve an energy back. We can do it, but it has to be this way, unfortunately. So I think that's just what we'll have to do. And then obviously we're inviting this Mimikyu to just come up and smack our Zamazenta right back in the face.
Mm-hmm.
A little scary, but we will deal with that at that time. So off of Arvin, we'll get Escape Rope and Fighting Fury Belt. And honestly, the Zamazenta, the Fighting Fury Belt doesn't help Zamazenta in any way, so we probably just go ahead and grab the skateboard for the Jirachi.
Respect it. I respect it a lot.
Board for Jirachi. We're going to play Escape Rope.
All right, we'll go up into Oricorio here.
We're going to go up into our Bronzong so that we have abilities back now from the Wobbuffet. We will... Oh, goodness. We don't have attack anyway. Yep. Me.
Should you have gone up into Jirachi anyway?
Yeah, probably.
Because now that you have the escape rope, that way you can do the Jirachi thing.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Not hitting the energy has been pretty tough, but we turbo energize the 2 onto Sam, so okay. Our board's okay right now. We will, of course, Stellar Wish top 5. The
full bench, I bet that Artisan's looking a little bit better now.
Yeah, probably just Artisan for me. So I'll take Artisan, pop Artisan into play, and use said Artisan. Get out our Heatran bench. 60. That's 160. So we probably still just retreat into the Zamazenta. Most HP. We will retreat to our retreating to the Zamazenta and pass the turn.
All right. We'll draw here. That's kind of a useless card. So I'm going to be pretty happy to just kind of refine that away. Hand is Evo Soda, Clara, and Nest Ball. We got no energy and no attacks currently. But I do think we'll start with a refinement away of the rare candy just to see where we get. There is an energy. There is a Marnie. I like both of those cards. Do I like Marnie better than N? I probably do, to be honest. Alright, we got an energy on Dracloak, so I do need to find another energy for turn, because I need to get this Oricorio out of the active if I want to get into a Dragapult attack this turn. So, a lot of sequencing things to consider. Like, do I even want to Evo Soda for the Gallade yet? I don't know. So, let's get the Surefire attachment onto Dracloak with Xatu, and let's draw 2 cards here. Alright, and there is an attachment. There is an attachment for turn. So here is our attachment here. So we've used our abilities. We got Kirlia down, we got Xatu bound. Dracloak is all ready to go, because I'm going to have an Evo Soda here to go get Dragapult. I did draw Colress. And right now, a Colress for 9 seems pretty good. I don't think I know anything about your hand, Logan, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Nope.
How many cards do you have?
3.
3.
Still
So
3. I played Armand and played both those cards.
Yeah. So yeah, ripping like a Marnie or an in here doesn't make a lot of sense.
Sure.
Just based off of what I know from your hand. So I am just going to Colress. Let's hope I don't get Kyurem in return. So here's a Colress for almost full value, 9 cards.
I agree. I haven't played any energy in a couple of turns, so I think that's definitely a correct read.
Yeah.
Just let it sit.
Something happens when Psychic gets put into my hand. I just like play well. I don't know what it is. It's the deck. The deck is just so good. All right.
Even the Pokemon.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, I am going to go ahead and evolve into Gallade. I don't think that losing Kirlia is that big of a deal. I would like the extra HP boost. Let's go ahead and Buddy Catch. Buddy Catch is going to grab me Raihan here. Just have it. Just nice to have, you know. Cool thing is we don't get to take a KO either, which is kind of nifty. So like Zamazenta is not going to be doing huge damage. So let's go ahead and retreat Oricorio. Let's go into the best Pokemon that's ever printed. The best dragon-type Pokemon. Dragapult, baby. 2 energies on my Dragapult here. And then from here, we're just going to Phantom Force. We're going to do 120 to the active. And then I would like to... And is it damage? Yeah, it's damage. So he'll get his reduction there by 30. And then let's put 3 damage counters. I think we need to put 1 on Iron Thorns. And then I'd like to put 2 on Heatran. That brings them both down to 120. Right, Logan?
Correct.
Cool.
Right.
That's for like a Galarian Articuno attack or something like that. So we're trying to make our math right for that. All right, all you after that.
Also, Dragapult brings it into Dragapult range itself, so that's also very good. Alright, we did top deck an energy, So it is whether or not we attach boss something with retaliate and just leave the Zamazenta in the active, or we could of course retreat and then start powering something else up with the metal links from the bronze or bronze song. I think given the rest of our hand that will be where we go. Plus 90 damage, it's going to take Beisha a little bit to deal with this Zamazenta via the way of his sniping. So, what we're going to do is retreat our Zamazenta.
Okay.
2 energy off of that into our Iron Crown. Alright, and then we will Metal Links, Metal Energy onto Heatran. Attach for turn to Iron Crown. Then we are going to boss's orders up. Probably we could take out the Zatu, but if we do, that's leaving Mimikyu on board. I think I'd rather take out the attacking threat that would be to my Zamazenta if I ever were to do big damage. With that being said, let's take the engine. It's always better to do that. Boss's orders on the Zatu.
All right. Zatu coming in the active.
And then we will deleting slash for 120.
All right. We'll open a Wobbuffet and we'll draw for turn. All right. We get kind of a free draw here. I'm going to bench Unknown. And then I'm going to go ahead and discard that to draw a card. I got a lot of good things that I could do. I'm going to bench an Inkay here. I'm going to go ahead and throw down Professor's Letter. Let's see if we got any Psychic Energy left into our deck. We got exactly 1 Psychic Energy. Go ahead and start powering up Gallade here. Kind of move our energy about as we see fit. We're down on prizes, if I'm not mistaken.
You are?
So let's use Buddy Catch and let's go get Lieutenant Surge. And let's see if there's some busted thing we can do with Lieutenant Surge. So there's Lieutenant Surge. Let's see. What else do I have in my deck? Guzma is prize, unfortunately. So, all right. I feel like I'm going to run out of cards in deck, though. How many cards in hand do you have currently as well?
3.
3 cards. So yeah, I'm
3 cards.
going to start with the Surge, and then I'm going to Raihan and Energy onto Gallade. Let's go and get a card. I think the card I want to get is just Town Map. Yeah, I think it's just Town Map. Let's play a Town Map here. Go ahead and reveal all our prize cards. Guzma, Luxcape, VS Seeker, Galarian Articuno. And then I still got one more supporter for turn. I still got an attachment for turn. So let's play a Tulip here. Tulip's going to grab back Unknown, Zatu, Natu, and a Psychic Energy. So those are the 4 I'm getting back. And that'll be my last supporter for turn. Lieutenant Surge, Raihan, Tulip. Still got energy attachment. Energy attachment is going to go on to Gallade here. Let's go ahead and retreat Wobbuffet up into Dragapult. And then I think we're going to go ahead and take care of this Iron Crown. And then let's go ahead and put 3 damage counters on. I guess we got to go Zamazenta.
Smart for sure. All right, we will promote the Jirachi and draw for turn. We're going to kick it off with an Artisan for turn. Grab ourselves a Cobalion. In the deck for some of the draw effects that we have coming. The Stellar Wish, we also have Trainer's Mail in our hand. So we definitely want to get that card out of there. That way we increase our odds that drawing something more useful for us.
Oh, off of my prizes, I think I'm just going to grab a Guzma.
So we have Rahan. Rahan gets his Fire Energy onto Heatran, as well as Metal Lynx gets Heatran attacking. We're attacking into this Infiltrator ability, but with the board that developed, we're going to have to go through this ability eventually this game. There's no way that we don't get through it. So I think what we'll do is maybe we can take ourselves just out of range in this way too. Let's Rahan Fire Energy onto Heatran.
Knew I should have grabbed the Luxurious Cape for this Dragapult. It's going to live. I believe in it. Logan, as per rule, you have to flip for Infiltrator. I once flipped like 10 heads against Weeder, and I felt so bad. So your job is to flip for it.
So Fighting Fury Belt will actually take us out of range of a Dragapult attack from attacking us. And we won't be copycatting Iron Hammer, no Fire Energy.
No, you say that, but if you take a KO, I get access to counter energy.
160 with Gallade. 60 gets there anyway. So it's probably actually worthless because we would take the KO if we did anyway. So good talks. Probably have these talks. Chat.
Always good to talk it out, especially in a game like this. There's no stakes. I'm a vegetarian. But there's a free dad joke for everyone. Also accurate. I'm a vegetarian.
Do this. In case this Dragapult lives, take this card. And I'll show you it very shortly.
Hope it's not a Hex. Does that list run Hex?
No, but we played Rahan anyway.
Oh, okay. So. You don't have Lieutenant Surge's strategy?
No.
Busted.
Yeah. Can't play 2 supporters per turn. Alright, I'm going to play Scoop Up now. Scoop Up this Zamazenta and all the damage that you have worked to put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will probably rebench the thing. Honestly, more targets is more damage that is to be spread out. All right, now, Stellar Witch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacking with Heatran this turn. Cards in hand. No supporter. Probably grab Mela here. Then if there's ever a world where we get into... We haven't attached for turn yet, have we? Yeah, Raihan. Then probably actually the answer is not Stretcher to get us an energy back to attach for turn. So we're going to Metal Links, and then we'll be able to not Stretcher to get an energy back into play as well. I like that better. There's nothing else that we could draw even off of this Trainer's Mail that would get us an energy card other than the Not Stretcher. Let's go ahead and play Not Stretcher. Get back basic metal energy from our discard pile. I'm going to attach that for turn to Zamazenta. Gonna Metal Links energy onto Heatran. Then I'm going to go ahead and play our Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4. Actually, just draw back into the Mela after the shuffle. All different cards, though. So we will take the Mela off of the Trainer's Mail. Treat our Jirachi.
Let's flip some coins, baby.
Let's flip them. I've got to flip for this.
You got to. You have to.
Flipping.
For the stream, Logan. You got to do it for the stream. This is for all the integrity of the stream. All the doubters out there. That I flipped 10 heads one time.
I will attempt to Iron Hammer for 160 damage. And the flip is off the screen. It is a 1.
We did it.
It is no good.
No, actually, it's got to be heads to prevent that damage.
No, that's what I said. That's what I said. No good.
Yeah, it did.
Your ability. Oh, it's got to be heads. Oh, I'm rolling for you. Oh, why didn't you roll that?
Oh, because I need people to believe in the integrity of the screen.
That's hilarious. I thought I needed a heads.
No. You needed a tails. Now, this is kind of funny. So I was kind of building towards a not to play, like not to muscle ban on your Zamazenta. So, because it would have 3 energy on it. So if I like not to'd it, right, it's 10 damage times the amount of energy. So that'd be 30 plus 20. I think I could have KO'd it and gotten double prizes. So now that you scooped it up, I'm a little sad. But let's draw for turn. All right. That's a worthless card. Which is fine. We need worthless cards to get rid of. I got 2 ways to KO here. So I'm pretty happy with most things. Let's go ahead and unknown first. And we'll unknown, discard, and draw. That's a pretty good card here. Lets me save some energy. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball away. I think Clavel is past its prime. And I think Ball Guy is past its prime. So let's get rid of those 2 cards. And let's go and get our Malamar here. Here it is. Man, I wish I could take this KO and then find a way to get rid of this Bronzong. Because this Bronzong's going to really let you come in with Zamazenta. So Zamazenta is going to take a KO in a number of different ways. So I think it's important for us to go ahead and have not 2 down here. Jay Bird is saying, Logan, take a prize.
I did. You'll see in just a second.
Cool. I have to change it on my screen.
He's good. Yeah.
All right. So we need to take a KO here. What's the best way to do that? I think we just got to go through this Heatran. You can't ignore Mimikyu. I don't really have another attacker on board. So, how many cards in hand again, Logan?
4.
4 cards. So I can get you to 4 no matter what. I know you have a Mela in hand, so I'm actually kind of interested to Marnie you now. Let's go ahead and play Dimension Valley. I don't think I'm ever going to get a better spot than now to do it. And then let's go ahead and just Marnie here.
Great Marnie. We ripped Ordinary Rod off the prize card, so we would have, and we're holding on to Nets Ball because no basics in our discard or in our deck right now, so we would have been able to have gotten one of those back, and then Nets Ball for it immediately, and then of course the Mela did open up our next attacker for us.
All right. So we found our counter energy, which is going to let this Mimikyu get in with the fire energy. Let's go ahead and use Gallade here. Gallade is going to grab us a Guzma. And then let's go ahead and retreat into Mimikyu. Probably in hindsight should have saved this Dimension Valley, but you know, who knows? Who knows at this point? Let's go ahead and Copycat KO. We'll use your attack. And then I think off of our prizes, I'm going to grab a Field Blower here. Is that the play? I'm really scared about Parallel City and then being parallel locked. So I think that we have to go Field Blower here.
And we will draw for turn. Very unfortunate turn of events there. Vase getting rid of our hand is definitely what we kind of wanted to piece our next knockout together. We do have a Guzma, and with this Floatstone on Bronzong, you know, we'll be able to Guzma up anything, still be able to retreat even after using our Stellar Wish ability, if that's the route that we choose. We also have Colorless Experiment, Level Ball, a Muscle Band. I think what we will do definitely is start with this Level Ball to rearrange the deck. Hopefully we can get back into either this Mela or Rod. Crispin looks like it was at the bottom of our deck, so that would be also good to get into. Even Metal Saucer. There's a lot of outs. There are a lot of outs, but Mela increasing our odds, definitely want to shuffle our deck because we know that that's definitely stuck on the bottom.
Yeah. Again, Mela, the real reason why we needed to, I feel like, play that Marnie there to bring that odds back.
I agree. Plus, I had just a low enough hand that Mela would have kind of filled me back up as well, so I think it was the perfect.
This game's been really fun, though. Like, I've had a lot of fun.
Definitely. All right, we will Stellar Wish. Look at the top 5 cards of our deck. 5. Ag Call. Gets Guzman Hala. Guzman Hala gets us the Shield Energy. Shield Energy is still in deck. I think that's a pretty good play because then the other cards in hand, it doesn't necessarily give him the ability to take us out with even the goal next.
Yeah. What is Shield Energy just 10?
Yeah, 10 less.
Yeah. 30s, yeah. So I'd be 10 short that route.
Yep. So we will take Tag Call off of the Stellar Wish. We'll go ahead and play Tag Call for I guess Guzman Hall is prized.
Oh, dang.
In that case,
feel free to walk that one back a bit.
I got you. Does that change my decision? We have Birdkeeper, Cynthia, and Caitlin.
Do you have energy in hand currently?
No.
Birdkeeper gives you another switch into Bronzong, draw 3 energy for another energy out if you're really struggling for that third energy. That's the only thing I can really think of with the Birdkeeper.
That's what we have to have, I think, for sure. I think that's definitely
Yeah.
the out, or at
Cynthia
least
and
the way.
Caitlin's, I guess, similar, right? But it also could get you back one of your energy accelerants because I guess it just draw you forward 3. So both of the draw 3 cards are reasonable
Are
outs here.
reasonable outs. Yeah.
Just depending on if you need to discard something in your hand or not. This Kabalion's still going to be a problem, but fortunately it has 120 HP, which is a lot more manageable than everything else. But just 2 attachment attacker is so good in these metal decks, especially with we haven't been able to take out Bronzong yet. You've been able to really chain attackers, and we've had to really focus on that. We've been behind the entire game, even though we've been set up. That's what this Turbo Metal deck seems to do.
We will play Birdkeeper. Birdkeeper into our Bronzong and draw 3 cards. Of course, we draw the mill off the Birdkeeper. That's just how it works.
Ooh,
no
Psychic
energy.
Resistance on Kabalion? What? I'm getting pro tips in chat. Oh, dang. Good call.
Yeah. No real good way to utilize it right now is the problem. We go ahead. So Artisan's been gone for Dimension Valley. I'm going to go ahead and bump Dimension Valley with Parallel City.
All right. I think I am going to lose Oricorio here. I think I also am going to lose Wobbuffet. I just don't think Wobbuffet is that great. Even though it has the Floatstone, we're going to lose it for now.
All right. And then I will... Metal Link. Onto our Zamazenta. This all feels so bad. I have not Lux Cape, but I have Cape of Toughness. So I can put the Cape of Toughness on this Cobalion, gives it 170 plus resistance 190. So I think that's probably what we run to. But then we have a 2 retreat Pokemon in the active that we have to move. But I don't hate that. The rest of our hand, I guess. So let's do that. We'll retreat into Cobalion and pass.
All right, we'll draw.
We got Guzma, so he's going to Guzma around anyway.
We could, definitely. I also just drew Escape Rope. Well, let's start the turn off with a Gallade. Let's see what I got left in my deck. Not a lot of good options. Got an in here. So we'll grab in. I do kind of want Cobalion, because if I get rid of Cobalion here, even if you put something else on Zamazenta, if I mimic you it, I can just kill it. If you use its revenge attack.
Sure.
So Cabalion's the way. What's its current HP and what's its resistance for me, Logan? Tell me all of that if you wouldn't mind.
It's 20 on the resistance and plus 50 on the HP, so 170 plus 20, 190.
Cool. So I'd have to Escape Rope plus Guzma here in order to do this. And is all of that worth it? Maybe. The answer is a strong maybe. So yeah. So let's start with an Escape Rope here.
Probably has to be time for the Jirachi.
All right. Yeah, and then I'm going to Guzma up the Cobalion, and we'll go up into Gallade here. All right. Let's go ahead and Field Blower, the Cape of Toughness, and the Parallel. And then, yeah. And we're definitely going to lose Gallade. And then we can come up with Mimikyu and take care of the Zamazenta. And then where are you at from there is what I have to ask myself. And I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot at that moment. Do I even want to really bring some stuff back? I don't think so. So yeah, let's go ahead and Swirling Slice here. We'll shoot an energy back, I guess, to not to that it matters. And then off of our prizes, I think I'm just going to take another attacker. We're going to grab Galarian Articuno here. For the first time all game, we're in the lead.
We'll draw for turn. Fortunately for us, Gallade is just able to get over the Zamazenta as well. So, like they said, we're in a little bit of a pickle. We can take out this Mimikyu if we so choose. We have Guzma in hand, have the Metal Links to be able to bring back any energy. Is that too far gone is my thought process. Or do we just need to draw cards? I have Colress's Experiment, so we can look at the top 5. What we really need is that Ordinary Rod that was bought from our hand turns and turns ago. So or else we won't be able to keep up with this trade anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of playing our Guzma, this first, let's probably correct the Colress Experiment to drawing more cards.
Is Colress Experiment better than Kofu right now?
I think all this is better than Colress's first, honestly. let's Pokegear. Take Cynthia and Caitlin out.
Okay. I believe in the Ordinary Rod.
Yeah, Rescue Stretcher being prized too. That's the other recovery. So when we not stretchered, we really needed to kind of keep hang on to the other. And then I think that we still leave our options open for Guzma if this play comes through.
Okay.
So let's Rachi. There's all of it. There's Ordinary Rod, Nest Ball, and Ultra Ball. Let's take the Ordinary Rod. Play Ordinary Rod. We definitely want Cobalion and Iron Crown. Bustle Band knocked down. Definitely want to hold on to those guys. Energies are going to leave. Coming in with Zamazenta this turn. So 3 energies will be going away this turn. We need to leave none on. We have attachment for hand. Let's put back 2, 1 of each energy type. We'll leave 1 metal in the discard pile. and 2.
All right.
Now I think that we are going to go ahead and colorless experiment. We'll get those 5 cards. We'll get a look. See if we can stabilize. We can attach the Zamazenta, take out the Glade, and be able to have an attacker, hopefully, to follow up on this mimic. Stabilizing, okay. We had to have that rod this turn. I think that pivotal turn.
Yep, yep.
All right. Then, I'm going to dig as deep as we can. Let's Colress's experiment. Five. Boy, we like whiff everything that we would love to hit. Take card. This card. Awesome. Fire and a Sybian Heavy Ball. Now, no follow-up attacker, but at least we will have the ability to draw into those. We can kind of power those up. As long as Base doesn't go after the Bronzong. If he does, then be able to charge out the rest of the way down. So we will attach, return 2 hours on Zamazenta Creek. And we will retaliate or not.
All right. We're not going to mess around. We're just going to go up and mimic you here. Make sure we got our prizes 3 to 3. All right. Draw here. Not a bad draw. Not a bad draw. All right. Looks like it's going to be pretty hard for you to kind of keep up with us. So let's start with a Clara here.
Oh boy.
And I gotta grab 2 energy for sure. Problem is I don't just really have very many great basic attackers. So like Unknown is another draw card here. And I've already ditched Rare Candy, so like going straight up into something is also not super great. So, is there anything in here that's kind of worthwhile? And I guess I could start kind of building. Like, Dreepy is like what, 40, 10 damage, and Jacloak is 40 damage. So I guess I could grab like Dreepy and Jacloak, and then if I get like another like recovery tool or recovery thing, I can kind of get back into it, which would be kind of cute. So let's go that route. So let's bench the Dreepy. Let's go ahead and do Articuno things. Because why not? Let's use Malamar here. Malamar is going to attach energy. Might as well to Articuno. You know, why not? And then I've got attachment from hand. I'm going to go ahead and put a Mystery Energy onto Dreepy here. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and copycat, return KO here. We'll take VS Seeker off of our prizes.
Galarian Articuno is what, 120 to 2?
120 to 1.
120 to 1.
Yeah.
So I don't automatically lose. Okay, good deal. It'd be so busted if it did 122. What am I talking about?
Yeah, so
Draw,
busted.
draw.
Print that card. That's a base card if ever there one was.
Print that card.
Hey, it's Wo Chien though. Someone's gonna pop into chat and just be like, "Beige, that card's just Wo Chien." You just need to have 3 cards left in your deck.
Well, I have a busted hand. We did get Rescue Stretcher off our prize cards. And so basically we have the ability to Rescue Stretcher, Mela, and get, everything that we want going this turn. It just depends on, we want to bring back Zamazenta, do we want to bring back Heatran?
Mm-hmm.
Zamazenta does get the boosted HP, but then its attacks are very limited. Heatran can essentially attack, and you're not presenting a threat that can just outright do 140. I think that's leaning me towards the Heatran for the play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I will Rescue Stretcher, Heatran.
Mm-hmm.
I can play Mela as if I have more than 6 cards in my hand, right?
You can. You just don't get to draw.
Yep. All right. Tag call and fail it. You know that Guzman Hall is still on our prize cards. I'll shuffle that in just a second. 7 cards in hand. Patch for turn, 6 cards in hand. So then we can Mela and draw 1.
What's up, Pecho? How you doing, dude?
Hey, Pecho.
Playing Turbo Metal. He says best deck.
I've been in a blender tonight with it so far.
Yeah, we've had a really great game with it. So I would argue that it's definitely one of the most fun decks to play against. I'm having a lot of fun. That's how I always judge Gym Leader Challenge decks. Do I have fun? The answer is yes.
Draw 1. We will Stellar Wish. Any tools on board currently, B? No?
No, nothing. Just a mystery energy on my Dreepy for the free retreat. This is only game 1, Pecha. You are not joining late.
I'll take town map and play town map. It's been a very back and forth game. All right. Metal Link's energy onto Heatran. We're still limited without finding this other attacker, but that's okay as long as we can keep streaming. Retreat into Heatran, and that's another reason why Heatran's good, because if he does decide to go after our Bronzong or our Jirachi, then we are established with this Heatran. And we will Iron Hammer or Knockout.
All right. Mimic you down. Go up in a Dreepy. Draw for turn. Go ahead and evolve into Dracloak here. Let's go ahead and play Teammate. Go grab 2 cards. Those are the 2 cards I would like. All right. Evolve into Xatu here. Let's go ahead and retreat Dracloak into Galarian Articuno. And then I think from here we're just going to Psy Laser and we're going to take out the Bronzong. We got to discard all 3 of these energies. We'll take Luxurious Cape.
Turn.
Did we do it?
Cards in hand.
So many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just grabbed Luxurious Cape off the prizes.
I'll tell you what worries me. Ability to Only boss down currently. So we can go after this Dracloak. That's what I think the play is telling me to do. Then he has to be able to recharge and attach energy. 1 energy card needed. 2 energy cards needed. How many energy in your discard pile?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 energy in the discard pile. 1 on Dreepy, 1 on Xatu currently.
I think let's do this. Let's use my Dracloak.
Yep.
That way I get to use my Stellar Wish too this turn. Really good. Stellar Wish. Take Ultra Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Play Ultra Ball, discard, research, and Crispin. Iron Crown. Metal Saucer. Patch Return. Treat. And now I think we just preserve our Heatran. Leading Slash can take this knockout. Because if Beish gets into that, he gets that anyway.
All right. Go up into Xatu with the energy. Scoop up net, Galarian Articuno.
Heck yeah.
VS Seeker for Tulip.
Jeez.
2, 3. We'll grab 3 energy
Yes, sir.
off the Tulip. And then that should be it. We'll snipe the baby.
Play it
There's
out.
our Tulip.
Play it out.
Present our Tulip. Grab 4 energy.
This is a good game.
It was a good game. All right. Galarian Articuno down. Attach 2 energy. We have energy from discard pile for Malamar. We can discard an energy from Xatu to retreat. Go up into G-Kuno. And then just snipe Jirachi. For a very fun win.
Sir. And that was, like, oddly enough, you had it a couple of other ways, so I think that was probably my best play at it.
Yeah. We could have just...
What did you have in the Dragapult line? In the way of that.
Oh, we could have just tulipped for it, right? Tulipped for the
Okay,
Dragapult
so it
line.
was still in the discard pile.
Yeah. So yeah, tulip for the Dragapult line. We could have attached to Xatu, and then I could have bossed up with the VS Seeker your Jirachi and done 80 to it. So there were lots of different things we could have done for the win. It just turns out that Galarian Articuno loop is kind of what this deck is trying to do, and I really respect that.
And you said that. You said that early on, so cool that you're able to pull it off.
Yeah. Galarian
With
Articuno.
Tulip and Clara, those definitely are inclusions that scream loop this.
Yeah. It's actually, so I will say there's one change I made because I got lazy and I didn't want to make a Lana's aid proxy because I think my Lana's aids are somewhere in my other deck. So I just put Clara down. I was like, Clara's probably like just as good, if not better, in most situations.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a this or that. So that's the one change from Icy Briar's list. I was talking to Logan about it earlier. We're like, this is the first deck in a while that I'm playing that doesn't have a Hisuian Heavy Ball in it. And so I'm like, okay. Like, we probably would have loved to have had it at some point to get Galarian Articuno out of our deck, but obviously we didn't need it. So it's just, it's a different style when you know that you can't get into your prizes. We're not playing Gladion either. It's just town map. So, being able to adapt to this list is kind of fun. I just really like Psychic list. I just like Psychic a whole bunch.
Second.
All right, you going second, Logan?
Yep.
All right. That was a long game. Where are we at already in the time frame? 10:03. Ooh. Thank goodness Wednesdays are late start at my deck. Lana's age better than Clara in control list, but not much else. Yeah, I can agree with that, Sam. All right, pretty busted hand to go first. I like Lana's aid in my Meganium deck, but it's kind of a more controlling list because you want to get the basic in the stage 1 plus an energy back most of the time. So that makes a lot of sense for you. Or sometimes you just want to get the entire Meganium line back. So having that flexibility is a lot better in a list like that when you want to get stage 2s back. And I guess that's where Lana's is better in a deck like this, where like if I needed to get the entire Gallade or if I needed to get the entire Dragapult list back, I could, right? All right, starting Wobbuffet. All right, let's draw for turn here. It's a pretty good second turn follow-up. I've got Nest Ball. So let's start there. Let's do our cheater prize check because ain't nobody got time to check their actual deck. Mew and Natu. In fact, I actually... Oh, and basic energy. Okay, it's not the end of the world. We got so much redundancy in Psychic. Love it, love it, love it. So, drop those down. This is probably... Does my other cards in my hand have any limitation? No. All right, so this Nest Ball is just going to be a route. All right, here is route. All right, then I've got Fog Crystal. Fog Crystal is going to be, I think, a Dreepy. I'm going to go Inkay Unknown. We'll shuffle up here, and then we'll go ahead and discard Unknown. Get that extra draw. Could have gone Energy off of Fog Crystal. And I guess maybe if I'd sequenced this a little bit better, like I Unknown first, maybe I end up finding TM Evolution, and then I'm really going to regret this, that I didn't grab the Energy. But here's to YOLO, chat. Just don't think about your plays, and they're not bad, right? All right, Unknown, to the bin, draw. Cool, not punished, because we didn't draw a good card. All right, all you after that, Logan.
Return. Kick this off with a Suing Heavy Ball. Actually do a cheater prize check.
Look at that. Yeah, it's so legit.
One to be found off of this heavy ball. Right, then we've got level ball. Level ball probably just needs to go ahead and get out our evolving Pokemon in the Bronzor. There's iteration that it should be Jirachi, but I don't have a way to get this Cobalion out into a Jirachi and then don't really have the tool to sustain it. So we'll go Bronzor off of Level Ball. Our hand was not really that good. We've got a bunch of late game cards. We do have Rescue Stretcher in our hand right now, a Mela, so Dead Supporter. We've got a Fire Energy in our hand, got a Suing Heavy Ball and Level Ball, and a Heatran that we can drop down. We have a Trainer's Mail, so if we were to somehow draw into an out to TM Turbo Energize, then this is rolling, rocking, because we'll be able to Turbo Energize onto our Heatran that we do have in hand. Plop that guy down. And we're going to go ahead and Trainer's Mail Look at the top 4 cards of our deck. Okay, and there it is.
Nice.
So I think, to be honest, probably take Guzman Hala in this situation. We do have some cards that we wouldn't care to discard. Haven't played a Support for turn. And this gets us plus 1 more Pokemon also. So we'll grab Goose Hala. Go ahead and slam down Goose Hala. We'll discard Basic Fire and Mela. Get those back with obviously Versus Seeker or Vivi and Caitlin a little bit later in the game. Hala gets us Stadium Tool Card, Special Energy. Special Energy is in deck this time. We have a couple of these actually. So we can get Field Energy, Technical Machine Evolution, or Technical Machine Turbo Energize. Artisan. Attach both of these. We'll Artisan for we probably go ahead and Artisan for our Rachi.
Respect the Rachi.
Have the attacker that we're going to Turbo Energize to. We have energy on board. So I like this play. And then we'll end our turn with a Turbo Energize. We'll go 1 metal, 1 fire. 1, 2.
All right, we'll draw here. Okay. That's level ball. That changes things a little bit. So let's start with said level ball then, because I do want to get into Kirlia this turn. Look at my ball options, because I got Ball Guy in hand. There's Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, and Hisuian Heavy Ball would be pretty nice, to be honest, if it's still in the deck. Looks like it's not. Oh, we're not playing Hisuian Heavy Ball. That's right. All right. So we got Quick Ball, and we've got Ultra Ball as our 2 options off of the Ball Guy. It's Apricorn Maker, chat. It's Apricorn Maker. So there's not a lot of value to get had out of Ball Guy then. So I'm going to go ahead and level ball for Kirlia. Let's shuffle up and assess some options here. Obviously, Ultra Ball gets us another evolution. Quick Ball can get us energies off the Oricorio, so there's stuff to be said and stuff to do. My other supporters in hand aren't great. One of them's Iono. You've kind of just discarded a whole bunch of cards. How many cards in hand do you actually have?
Card.
Just 1 card? It's just research. I know it. So these supporter recovery cards have just been busted in all these games so far. So I don't want to get rid of Clara. I don't want to get rid of Field Blower. Our hand's just kind of like, eh. So I'm going to do it. It might be bad. We're going to get rid of Ball Guy here to Kirlia to draw 2 cards. Instantly rewarded. Just instantly. Just like the best. Because we drew Mysterious Treasure. So let's Mysterious Treasure away Boss's Order. And let's go and get... We got no energy in the discard pile, so I do want to go ahead and Dracloak here. And I'm going to shuffle up, and I think, reluctantly going to drop an Iono here. Do I want to? I mean, I got you ability locked. You still have to find a way to retreat. Maybe I'm just better sitting than I am playing anything. Let's use Artisan here. And let's thin our deck of 1 more Pokemon. I'm going to thin my deck of Mimikyu. And you know what? I'm not going to play Iono. And I'm going to get so punished here to not let me like get an energy attachment down or to get into this Malamar. But we got into our 2-stage ones that need to evolve next turn. So I'm going to be okay with this. We're going to pass it back to Logan. No Iono. You're going to tell me if it's the right play or not.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, not too angry at that. You know, that's one of the reasons why I played Mimikyu down. So there's Mimikyu. Oh yes, what would I give for a Dragon type Dragapult as well?
Jirachi goes to sleep. I'm almost tempted to just promote this Heatran and Guard Claw you. It's definitely you're definitely correct. Do not Iono me.
Mm-hmm.
My hand is Rescue Stretcher.
Okay.
So having played this Escape Rope, if we get into Jirachi Stellar Wishes, there are a couple of cards that can get Jirachi back out of there and back into Heatran, but it's almost just better to go ahead and go up into Heatran, do the Guard Claw, and then we're 1 energy away from a bigger attack. I think we probably have to go for the Stellar Wish. So we'll promote our Jirachi and use Stellar Wish.
Yeah.
Look at the top 5. Do find a way back out, but no way to pair it with energy. We do have letter in hand, or letter off of this. We have Raihan, we have Metal Saucer, no metal in the discard pile. Trekking Shoes. I think that's the answer, and Guzma. I think what we can do is probably this. We'll at least force Station to a little bit different of a play. And really dead off of this. Let's go Guzma.
Okay.
Alright, let's Artisan. Then our deck of our Iron Crown. Guzma on the Curlia.
All right.
Go up into our Heatran and we'll Guard Claw for 30 and take 30 less from attacks next turn.
All right, we'll draw here. All right, that's a Colress. Colress real good.
I had a Colress right now.
So let's Colress first before anything. I think even before we Kirlia here. So we'll just shuffle, draw 8. Colress was a good rip. You know, not being forced to play this Iono, not having to discard something to maybe draw into something. We're giving a lot of looks here to retreat this Kirlia. We got, Escape Rope as an out. We've got Floatstone. We've got Mystery Energy. All these different things.
Yep.
So, let's get into it. Let's hope we can find something decent here off of this Colress. So here's our 8 cards. They're going to be good.
Always. Base plays me.
7. Hey, look, that's really good. we got into Floatstone and Gallade here, which is great. Never a doubt, he says. I doubted a lot. All right. So let's discard an energy to Kirlia here, and let's draw 2 cards. These are not super great cards. Let's go Floatstone on the Kirlia. Let's go ahead and retreat into Wobbuffet. Let's go TM Evolution. Let's go Dimension Valley. Let's go ahead and evolve into Gallade here. Let's use Buddy Catch. Buddy Catch is going to grab us. Yeah, just a Raihan, in case you find a nice way to KO something. We can respond adequately. So let's grab a Raihan here. And then with Dimension Valley in play, we don't even need to get an energy. We can just use TM Evolution. I'll target Dracloak and Inkay, and we'll get into Infiltrator, and we'll get into Malamar. And then it's all you, Logan.
I will drop a turn. I will top deck a pretty good card, actually, for us for this situation that we're in right now. We do have a supporter that lets us kind of continue to play the game. So we are going to play Crispin.
All right.
Our deck for 2 different basic energies, different types. Oh. And we only have access to 1. I think this game is.
Oh, Kirlia is weak to metal. Cool. 60 damage on my Kirlia.
Alright, put one of them into your hand, attach one to your other Pokemon. We only have a metal energy. We don't have 2 different basic types. So, to hand goes the metal energy. And it just literally has to get slapped on and attack. Or you know he has Raihan in hand, but he can have Raihan whatever support he wants. I think that I think what I'll do instead is just knocks this thing out. Alright. I'm gonna attach for turn to Heatran and Iron Hammer for knockout.
Alright.
They both are attacks.
Alright, well, fit down. We'll go up in the Gallade with the Float Stone. Alright, we'll draw for turn. I am going to grab, just play Teammates here. I got to get this Counter Energy. Oh, dang, you know what? Counter Energy's prized. So Raihan better play, but probably too late now. All right. Well, we're going to go with this to keep the game going. Can I get Gallade powered up? That would be a miracle. All right. All right. Those are going to be my 2 cards. Oh, I forgot that I just have Muscle Band in hand. That takes care of business. All right, here's Oricorio to the bench. Let's grab 2 basic energies. Let's use Malamar energy on Dragapult. Attach from hand. Let's play our town map here. This does mean that I don't get to do the ultimate Dragapult Luxcape play that I really wanted to do, but we get this instead. Let's retreat Gallade into Dragapult here. Let's go ahead and throw a Muscle Band onto the Pulty Boy. And then from here, yeah, we'll 140 the Heatran, and then I'm going to put 20 onto the Iron Crown. Yeah, see, man, this is Icy Briar's list. Squeaked out game 1 with a Galarian Articuno loop. Game 2, Logan didn't draw anything.
And we're still not. Let's pick this up. I'm valuing my time.
Cool. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, like playing off of a 1-card hand for several turns, it just wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't the sway.
Yeah, and that's what those turbo decks, especially when like Guzman Hollow is one of your best plays early. Like you're taking KOs, like you took a KO very early on to get into it, but then like your follow up, your opponent was able to teammates get an attack back in, and it was just like okay, they stabilized, and I'm sitting here with I think you had Escape Rope Rescue Stretcher was your 2-card hand after the draw, so tough business.
And even if I would have kept like Mela, like. It's a reactive card, so that's not doing anything until after he stabilized. So.
Yeah. Well, Logan, do you want to play another one, or are you valuing your time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's fine. No,
All right.
we can run more.
Let's do one more. I really enjoyed our game one. It was super cool.
Yeah, we had a good game one. Back and forth.
Yeah, what's up, Icy? We're playing your list. We were playing 59 of 60 your list. I didn't have another Lana's fishing rod, or Lana's aid. So I ended up playing, what's it called? Clara instead. All right. 2-0 with the Dragapult list. I love me some Dragapult. Dragapult might be a little rude to its babies, but it's been good to me. All right. Logan, our trend continues, dude. Our trend continues.
2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
And it's been a tale of hands. That's the thing. Like, where do you see this? Where do you see this gem that I have?
Talking about your hand now?
Yeah.
Well, Dreepies loved being launched. I don't know. My son loves being thrown into beds too. So you know what? You're right. Dreepies do just love to be thrown. My bad, chat. My bad.
That's exactly Jirachi's in the prize cards we were hurting.
All right. I've got a really bad hand. So there's Inkay. We're going to draw here. I mean, am I about to Ultra Ball away like 6 different things here? All right. Here's an Ultra Ball. Gosh, you're about to crisp and murder me.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Ultra Ball. Here is Colress. Here is Clara. This Ultra Ball feels really bad. Let's see what we got. Xatu and Dracloak are prized. So that's going to be an uphill battle. But you know what? I believe in ourselves. Icy, since you're in chat, you'll have to tell me how you feel about no Hisuian Heavy Ball and whether that's really come up in your game so far. I only missed it really in game 1, but that was it. All right, gotta grab the routes here. Gonna bench a Mew, and I'm gonna Float Stone to protect Inkay and go up into our sad sacrificial Mew. It was just Galarian Articuno was the only thing. Not that we really needed it. We were able to kind of navigate the prizes from there, but I thought it was like, what if Routes is prized? All right, all you, Logan, after that. Don't kill my Mew too much.
Okay, so we need Jirachi. Draw. It's not Jirachi. Maybe this Hisuian Heavy Ball will be Jirachi.
Believe.
This hand stinker.
Oh, dang. You kind of mentioned this, Logan, before our build-up, so I want chat to know. He thought that his hands might be bad.
Yeah, they've been bad. I built a list a couple of days ago, and the hands have just been so devastatingly bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hisuian Heavy Ball for Bronzor.
Z-Man just says metal. That's the metal experience.
Yeah. Sure.
I think I don't know, with my metal list, I just went pure consistency and just had to just like, that's it. So just set up.
Yeah, I think that I just have to Cynthia and Caitlin away in energy and draw 3 cards. Nest ball.
I see saying that used to run Gladion and Heavy Ball. Combat is enough. Okay. Dead Man mentioning too, Logan. Don't get too bad of hands with their metal list. Yeah, light metal. Light metal's built for consistency.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I showed everybody the hand, and from there we drew a Cynthia and Caitlin, and at least we've got Jirachi in play now. So
yeah,
we do have big Zamazenta active, so we're cool with that. I'm cool with everything else that's here in my hand. I'm not gonna. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and commit the escape board, because if Bates wants to use his steel blower for one escape board, then be my guest. Pass.
All right, we'll draw. All right, here's a Mimikyu. Here's a Colress's Tenacity. Here is hoping that I have exactly Counter Energy Dimension Valley in my deck. Because this will let me get kind of like a cool combo going. But it looks like Dimension Valley is prized currently. So this is just getting us an energy. And so I think I just want a basic energy. And I'm just going to let Mew do Mewy things. I need to put stuff in like reasonable range. Does Zamazenta get the bonus on the bench, the damage reduction?
Yes.
Dang. So good.
It has eating energy attached. 30 less damage from attacks.
All right, and both of your basics on the bench are 70 HP, right?
Yep.
All right. Energy on Mew. Psi power 30 to Zamazenta. Chat, always play your bench pair.
Three damage counters, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 damage counters.
Draw for turn. Guzma up the Ralts.
No.
To Jirachi. Stellar Wish. Rough. Probably just take Rahan. Professor's Letter, we have energies in hand, so I don't really think that we need the energy in hand. We are probably just going back up into this Zamazenta again. So if we're to get knocked out, I guess that's probably the play. So we'll take Rahan off of Stellar Wish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to evolve Bronzor into Bronzong.
Zamazenta 100 here, couldn't you?
No, can't metal. Can't get any. Don't have an energy to metal links back.
Okay.
We Cynthia and Caitlin away a fire energy in the beginning. It's proving that because in both games I've had the option to Cynthia and Caitlin away either or I discard a fire energy or metal energy, and in both cases it's turned out that it definitely should have been the metal energy that I sent.
Mm-hmm.
At this point I would have been able to metal and attach.
I've only got a 1-card hand too, so this is going to be a pass sort of game, I think, till one of us gets things going.
Sure. 1-card hand, you said?
1 card. It is this card.
Probably just going to leave Jirachi active then so I can Stellar Wish again. I will Patch return to Zamazenta and pass.
All right. Oh! That's a good card. It's not the one we needed. Gosh, this is like such a I've won 2 games already sort of move, and it's not good. Do I luxurious cape my routes, knowing that you can only do 100 damage? But then Iron Crown can do like what, 150, 130, 140?
Iron Crown?
Yeah.
And then up to 140 if I banned it.
Okay. Well, we still got to find an energy, so this just 2 hits, 2 prizes sort of play. Is it worth it?
Iron Crown and everything else though for that play to work out.
Yeah, but you're just 1 energy away from getting this Zamazenta into the zone, and protecting routes is like one of my outs. So maybe we got scoop up net. So maybe this isn't the end of the world, but I am just going to go throw a luxurious cape. We're in desperation mode, and I think routes is my way to salvation. So pass it to you.
Draw.
Ooh, did the Jirachi wake up?
Yeah, it's well.
Not that it matters.
It does wake up.
No.
Draw for turn. We do have Colress's Experiment, and we do have Stellar Wish, so I think we'll Stellar Wish first and then Colress after the fact.
No.
Stellar Wish, look at the top 5. 5. Birdkeeper, draw 3. Colress is probably just fine. Let's take the Birdkeeper. Let's take the Birdkeeper off of Stellarish.
Respect. Birdkeeper's so good. I want to shove him in every list. All right, we need to draw something good fast.
Or was it Experiment? That. We will lost on Ultra Ball and Crispin.
All right.
Patch the shield energy to Zamazenta retreat. And retaliate for 100.
All right, routes hanging on. Oh, there's an energy. We found an energy at least. Yeah, there's Fog Crystal. You ready to see a combo, Logan? You ready for this?
Sure.
I'm going to Fog Crystal for Oricoria because you know what's better than 1 energy?
2.
2 energies. Look at this. Busted, chat. Busted. And our routes gets to live. All right.
I told you I wanted counter energy in this list too, and you were like, "You'll never be behind."
That's, you know what? For the sake of everyone, that's exactly what I said, Logan. That's exactly what I said because I knew how good it would be. But I've never seen Roger not be ahead of prizes on me. So, I'm just speaking from experience. Roger's kicked my butt with that list. All right, go up in a mute here. And then I need to put 1 more on Zamazenta for it to be an Articuno range, really. That's really the only math that matters. Articuno and Dragapult. So we're going to go 1 on Oh, now that it's got shield energy, I got to put 2 on it, right? Because it's going to take 40 less. And then, you know what? Let's just go all 6 on it. Why not? We're gonna put 6 damage counters. Roger's chiming in. He thinks that counter is a decent card. It's his 61st card.
And you thought I was crazy. Draw for turn.
Whoa. Hey, let it be shown. I didn't say it was crazy. I said I've never seen Roger be behind with that deck before.
I want to put Artisan into play. I think the answer is probably yeah. Love to get more basics into play, and I don't think getting basics is what's setting you back right now. So I'll get Artisan into play. I'll go ahead and use Artisan. We're gonna get out our Iron Crown. We got a couple of plays. I think we will Birdkeeper into Jirachi. Retreat back into this Zamazenta. Stellar Wish, all that good stuff. I have Pokegear, so I could rip Pokegear. I'm not really sure what I would want more than just card draw right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a boss be cool to boss the Ralts up so it never becomes Corellia.
Yeah, I guess Ralts. Yeah, have you played Kuzma yet? Right?
Yeah, I played Guzma.
Okay, I was gonna say yeah. So I like Pokegear because getting that double KO on routes is like setting back and so good.
Gear.
Marnie also good. While it's in there, you should consider Marnie.
Yeah.
For my 2-card hand.
I'll definitely consider. I'll take Arven since our deck is such a tool heavy deck. Well, what's Arven get me? Arven gets me Professor's Letter, which gets me attachment per turn. Kind of like that. So let's. And I don't get my Jirachi Stellar Wish, but I don't think that bothers me. Because the attachment's what's important for me right now. So let's Arven for Professor's Letter. And let's get Tape of Toughness.
Yeah, I like this play a lot because, too, like, one of my outs, or at least one of my ways to stabilize is, like, boss stall. So by keeping the Birdkeeper, you're preventing me from doing that.
Professor's Letter. There's no reason to keep the fire energy back in the deck now. Now our outs will be Mela and Raihaning to it because Crispin's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and get the fire energy out as well.
I wonder what your thoughts are so far, Logan. I know you're only like 3 games into this deck, but Crispin so far, has it been like just like it's nice to have early, but like you haven't really seen yourself wanting to play it too much?
Well, I would have loved it last game. I think, like I said when I drew it, I think this is the card that helps me stabilize because last game I would have been able to have powered up my Heatran, plus got an energy attached to Iron Crown. I think that it's good in instances, but only running 3 basic fire energies in this version of the list is a little scarce, because then if you prize one, and then like I've had to do early in a couple of games, ditch one to set up a Mela Raihan, then you just run the risk of, if you ever get stuck with the last one in your hand, Crispin's a dead card.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on it. Attach return to Iron Crown. I'm going to cape my Zamazenta and then say retaliate.
All right. Mew is down. Pour one out for bench barrier Mew. We're going to go up into Inkay with the Floatstone and hope that this top deck is purely busted. That's the most busted of all the draws. That's a Marnie, baby. All right, let's go energy on Mimikyu. Yeah. All right, and let's rip a Marnie here. All right, card go to the bottom, draw 5. All right, not ideal. Not ideal. All right. Bench a Dreepy. Bench a Wobbuffet. Retreat Inca into Wobbuffet. And Pray and Hope. Pass to you.
Draw.
So Z-Man, he didn't play Crispin. We were just talking about it. He actually played Professor's Letter off of an Arvin. We were just talking about Crispin because it showed up in one of his Lost Zone.
Yeah.
But the one time he did play it in our games, there was only one energy type in his deck. So he just got the energy to hand.
I'm gonna Artisan. For Heatran.
Yeah.
Field Blower away. For Floatstone.
And the Lux Cape, take the KO.
Yeah. We're not bossing this turn, so I'd rather just go ahead and do that and get it out of the way.
Yep.
All right, take off my prizes. Fun. Power decision. I have this escape rope and I have Professor's Research. I think any of the other targets, he's just going to feed me the Oricorio, if anything, if I escape rope. But that does allow me to get into Stellar Wish so that, again, we could possibly boss this Mimikyu. That would be nice. So let's play escape rope.
Yep, here's Oricorio.
I'm going to go up into Jirachi. I like that a lot, because if I do Rip Boss, then Boss versus Seeker, then I would like to go after for sure.
Yeah, that feels GGEs. See, Zamazenta's at, 180, but then 210, 220 effectually. So if it does take a KO here, Mimikyu is one energy away from just taking a KO, which is pretty nice.
Even with the... All right, Stellar Wish. Wow. Marnie goes Mahala, Town Level Ball. I think I just like everything that we have in hand. We will take Town Map. Also down to 4 prize cards currently. We will play Town Map.
Oh, you're down to 4 prize cards?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Mew and Routes. About to go down to 3. We need to stabilize.
My board is so messy, chat. My board is so messy. Sorry. You're kicking...
Sorry. One of them, Z-Man. He's cool with it. I'm not sure if Icy is. Icy's deck list was so pristine. It was just maybe like the best deck list photo I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think I want to put this Muscle Man down. I think I actually will just discard it. We do have a Lana's Rod in this deck, so I think we'll just go ahead and rip that. We got Professor's Research. We'll rip, draw 7. 7. Necessarily mind this. Let's bump our Artisan for Parallel City.
Yeah.
Probably just going to get rid of the Wob, but...
Yep, Wob, bye-bye.
Honestly, looking at our board state, I'm taking that back. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Get that in play. All right. I haven't attached return yet, so I will go ahead and not stretcher fire energy onto Iron Crown. Attach return to Iron Crown. And retreat. Summons into. Mimikyu can't KO this Iron Crown, so let's go into Iron Crown and deleting slash for knockout. 130.
All right. Bye-bye, Oricorio. Hello, Wobbuffet. All right, draw. Okay. I mean, that's a card. Problem with that, so we ripped Teammates off the top, and Teammates is a card that lets us play the game. Issue now becomes I just need so many cards, right? Like I just need so many cards to really get into a good spot. So I'm going to use Artisan because you've left it in play for me. Is Zatu prized? Is that what happened at the beginning? There's Natu. I think Zatu is prized. I think that's maybe part of the problem. But I'm going to just hope for a Kirlia here. Or not Kirlia, I'm going to hope for a Colress. A huge Colress. So we discarded it earlier when we were all struggling with our benching. We've got VS Seeker for it back. Now I'm going to play an Escape Rope here.
I think that given the board state in my hand, probably just give you. I'll give you the Heatran.
All right. I'm going to VS Seeker here for our Colress. You just drew a whole bunch of cards too, so like Marnie was in the back of my head, but I just think we need to see so many cards to kind of get our way back into this game. And even getting back into this game, you know, you're already at 3 prizes. We're at 6. I know our prizes aren't ideal. It never is in a singleton format. But you know, we just need so many cards to kind of to stabilize here. And even then, you've got 2 attackers set up. And I don't think we're taking a KO on this Heatran currently. We're only doing 130 into it. So our goal is not to it. We're going to not to it at some point for that double KO. Yeah, Dragapult is really what we need. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. These are some cards. So I did get a Kirlia, but Kirlia is no longer in existence in our deck. I did get an energy here. So I can start putting some damage out. So there's that. So there's an energy on Mimikyu. Yeah, we'll copycat the Iron Boulder, which I don't know the exact text on Iron Boulder. So
120 is what you'll do. You'll do 130. You would do 130. I had the Fighting Fury belt, so I did 130.
Okay, cool.
Drop turn. You just have Float Stone, so I can Float Stone retreat, knock this out. All goodsies there. Now we go ahead and pop LL City into play.
Yeah, bye Wobbuffet. It's been nice.
Cool. Then we will go ahead and attach. So let's see with this Trainer's Mail if we can get lucky and get the Scoop Up Net. Trainer's Mail.
If you get Scoop Up Net, I will scoop up these cards.
We do get Level Ball and Adventure Bag. I think we'll take Adventure Bag. Put to our hand. That's funny. Floatstone, Heatran. I'm going to attach Metal Energy to Heatran as well. Play Adventure Bag. Send that out of our deck. We don't have any tools left, so that's perfect. We're going to play the Cynthia for turn. Shuffle draw 6. Still do have a chance to get that. We have committed the Floatstone at this point to it, but I'll be honest, I don't care. We hit that. The Floatstone's one less card. It's a pretty thin deck. Like Base said, Scoop Up Net's pretty darn here. Like, it's a pretty big card.
Yeah. I mean, you're up 3-6 on prizes.
Yep.
So.
Scoop Up Net.
Good games. GG's.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where you see what that deck can do. Like, it just had a whole bunch of stuff kind of chained together really well. We were missing our middle evolution Dracloak and Xatu there. We were missing Dimension Valley, which I think would have been really nice at one point. But those are fun games. Those are 3 fun games. That last game wasn't much of a game. That middle game, I think, dragged on a little bit more. It felt like we were kind of in control of that one, but we played it out to the end. But that first game, Logan, was where it's at. And if there's one game you're going to see me edit and put on YouTube, it's going to be that one.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely were back and forth, and I'm glad that we did get to see, and I'll be honest, that was not a great starting hand, this game, with Metal even still. And it still did find a way, like you said, to kind of just chain just enough together, and then once it's able to, really get multiple attackers into play that are really hard to one-hit KO. I knew coming in that the Mimikyu would probably be a little bit of a problem and something that I needed to target down, because Mimikyu obviously can just copycat Zamazenta and one-hit it.
Yeah.
And then Gallade too. Gallade just one-hit Zamazenta as well. So it's pretty tough, that being one of our best attackers in the matchup, to try to steal away a prize card every now and then. But good games. Good games.
Yeah. And just a heads up, Logan, Icy Briar said that you played awesome. So congrats to you. Congrats to us too. She said I played awesome too, but I'm going to give you all the plaudits.
But yeah, we love it.
Yeah, that was a great game. Those are great games. Great set. It's good. I love having a good set like that, and I love Dragapult. I love Dragapult decks. I know you mentioned it too. I just love Dragapult. That card's so good. It's weird to see that Psychic players have gotten off of it. It's like, why? It's power crapped. It's so good still, but like Tinkaton is just like so good at like drawing you cards and attacking. I can see why you would want something like Tinkaton, but man, come on, just give me Dragapult. That entire line, Icy Briar's in chat saying, shout out to Dreepy. Yes, Dreepy's great, but I just want to infiltrate, baby. That's all I want to do. But yeah, that was sweet. No successful coin flips on the Dragapult tonight. I feel like I used all my luck against Weeder. So if Weeder's out there somewhere, I'm sorry for that one time that I put a Luxurious Cape on my Dragapult and I flipped 10 heads in a row. I'm sorry. It came back to bite me tonight. Yeah, that was fun. All right, I think we're wrapping the next couple weeks. So next week, I'm going to do a Monday stream tabletop. With one of my locals. Shout out to Caleb. He's coming by. We're going to do some tabletop stuff. Hopefully I can get my tabletop set up looking real nice. Logan has thankfully decided to play Fire for us. He is going to show everyone Swamp Fire at some point. I told him that I played too much Fire to get my badge, and I'm burnt out. Literally burnt out on Fire. So I could not play it. So Logan's going to take up the Fire mantle for all you Swamp Fire fans out there, and he'll be playing that for us in the future. And I think I got
in the mail.
Yeah. Is that set with Weeder uploaded anywhere? I think So when Weeder and I did it, it was like maybe one of like his last streams with us before he got kind of too busy with life. And so things just didn't work out to where that ever got uploaded. And I'm going to be honest, me flipping a whole bunch of Dragapult heads, while it's a wonderful story to say, is not good content. It was just him like, I'm going to try to do all these things and set up and attack in. Oh, I'm going to do this thing and oh. So like, yeah, like it's cool to talk about. But no, it's been a while. It did not get uploaded. I think it unfortunately disappeared off Twitch then. So that's where we're at. Logan, any closing thoughts for us tonight?
Don't forget to register for Atlanta if you guys plan on going and hanging out, seeing us. We have big plans, so that is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is when registration starts. So make sure that you get on that.
Yes. Get registered. If you register and you see me, I will give you a free Let Loose Marshadow promo, mostly because no longer is our podcast called Let Loose, and no longer is Marshadow legal, and I have like 30 of them. So if you want a free Marshadow Let Loose promo, come get it from me. I got you. We'll be there in Atlanta. But all right, everyone, have a wonderful night. See you guys all soon.